Welcome you all to the Creators Learning Table series. Before we get started, I'd like to give you a small introduction about the Learning Table series. So, this is for people who are new to the Learning Table series. We usually take a month on month session on the Learning Table series where we identify a particular industry and we choose a use case among that industry and we create a solution upon it. For the month of August, we have chosen the food industry. And what we've done here is that we have identified a use case in the food industry, which is the restaurant management. And in the restaurant management, we have created a solution for the automation process and how you can bring in multiple stakeholders and how the application process can be involved for a food industry. Now, before we get started with the solution, let me introduce myself. I'm Pungodi from the Creator Training Team, and I'll be taking you throughout this particular 1 hour webinar. Now, before we get started, I'll also like to give few of the housekeeping rules. All the attendees will be on mute throughout the session. If you have any questions in between the session, you can post them in the question tab. And a recording of the session will also be shared to the registrants and the attendees post the event. And we would also request you to participate in the polls and surveys that we'll be handling at the end of the event. Now, let's get started with the agenda for this particular 1 hour webinar. So, starting with the introduction. So, we'll touch upon the introduction onto the creator platform and then we'll get into the use case that we have taken, which is the restaurant management. Post which we'll walk you through the application process flow. So, what solution that we have tried to build here and the process flow of this application. And along with that, we'll also introduce to the different features that we have brought into the solution. So what and all features that we have incorporated in that solution will be given in the features, and later on we'll get into the demonstration. So in the demonstration, what we have done for this particular session is that we have brought in the environments. And usually what happens whenever you create an application, it is mainly for the different stakeholders. So using the environments, we have given the roles and permissions for multiple users, and we'll be demonstrating you based on those users and their permission set. And once post the demonstration, we'll get into the extended use case. So apart from the application that we have built, we'll also be showcasing you the different use cases that can be extended in the existing application. And at the end of the session, I'll take you through a small summary of what we saw in this 1 hour webinar. Now, getting into the introduction part of this particular session. So here's where I'll be giving a small introduction onto the Creator platform. So this is for people who are new to the Creator platform. So Creator is a low-code application development platform which allows you to build solutions for your business requirement. So it's not only just simply allows you to build an application, but also you will be able to build different solutions upon the platform, and you will be able to get the analytics of your data that is available inside the solution. And you can also perform integrations. You will be able to perform the automations inside your application in a single platform itself. So this would allow you to streamline your business process using the different solutions which is available. And usually what happens whenever we talk about a low code platform, people might be wondering, like, is it related to any specific industry, or is it specific to any particular use case? But to answer your question, so onto the right you can see we have attached a screenshot. So here you can see we have configured that the creator platform can be fit into any kind of industry. So you can name finance, manufacturing, logistics, health, IT, education. So you can name any kind of industry. You will be able to build solution for that particular industry or that particular use case upon the creator platform. So now, before we get started into the session, so whenever you build an application inside creator, you can categorize those application. So here inside creator we have four major categories, starting with the internal tool. So whenever you create an application or a solution for the internal purposes, so any kind of activity that happens inside your organization. So if you'd like to manage a simple project, or if you have some kind of tracking that happens inside the organization, employee management, or any kind of communication or process that usually happens inside your organization, can be considered as an application for an internal tool. And next we have the external tool, which is the portal based application. So when you create an solution and you have a lot of interaction with the external stakeholders who are not part of your organization, so here comes the part where you can categorize your application as a portal based. And next comes the core systems. So this would comprise of multiple processes that would be involved inside your application. So you will be performing a lot of automations, you will be performing a lot of communications with external users, or multiple process involved in a single application will be considered as a core system. And at the end we have the extended Zoho or third party application. So if you are connecting your application with any other Zoho products or any other third party application for the functionality, so that can be categorized under the extended Zoho or third party application. So these are the four major categories. So what we have done is that we have identified the use case that we are about to build based on this category. So now what we'll do is that we'll just get into the industry that we have taken, which is the food industry. So food industry is a very common industry where where a day-to-day activity can also be comprised also of a food industry. Starting from the pantry you visit for a cup of coffee, and also visiting a convenience store for purchasing any of the packed items, or whenever you visit a particular restaurant to place your orders to have food. And apart from this, we also have the technologies that has been involved inside the food industry. So starting from the processing of your food, the package that is happening, and also we also have the marketing strategies that has been involved in the food industry, like how the product is being launched into the market, and how the research that has been happening for how different food product can be introduced into the current markets as well. So this is how the food industry is being evolving. So starting from a simple raw material, you are procuring a large number of products, you are purchasing products, you are um, exporting, importing, and there's a lot of activities that happen inside a food industry. And now when we take in consideration of these different food industry, uh, you will be able to fit in the automation part wherever it is required. So that is what we have identified here, and we have tried to automate the restaurant management process inside the food industry. So before we get started, I'd like to give you an introduction to the restaurant management process. So before we get started, let me give you the major process that would usually be involved in a restaurant management. So in a restaurant management, usually what happens, we will have the raw materials being procured inside the restaurant, the kitchen. So where the inventory will be happening. Post the inventory is collected, the chef or the manager or whoever is responsible for that particular kitchen or the restaurant, they will prepare a menu. So using the menu, the customers will be able to place their order. So once the menu is prepared, once the menu is created, the orders will be placed by the customer end. So they will choose the menu that they would like to, and they'll be able to place the orders. And once the order has been placed by these different customers, the kitchen will start preparing the order. So we will have a separate set of people who will be preparing the order. And once the preparation is completed, you will have the server or you will have the waiters to serve that particular item to the customer. So you can see this is one set of the dine-in related option inside the restaurant. However, in a restaurant it is not just restricted to the dine-in option, but you will also have the dine-out option. We also have the recent trend that is happening where you can perform the catering related events as well from a restaurant as well. So where comes the place which is a catering related activities. So once all the dine-in, all the takeout, and all the catering related events is completed, you will be able to receive the revenue for these different events that is happening. So once the revenue is collected, at the end we will receive the feedback related to the product or related to the event that was organized, and few other actions as well. So that would be captured in the review process. So this would be the major process that would usually involve in a restaurant management. Now what we'll do is that before we get started into the application development, we will identify the process that you will have to follow for the application development process itself. So here you can see the application process flow. So this is where you will be able to identify how you can develop your application. first what you'll have to do is that you will have to analyze the requirement. So what kind of application I'm about to create, or what kind of use case that I'm about to pick, and what would be the requirement over there. So that would be the first step inside your application development. So once you have analyzed that, you will be able to structure out your application, where you will be able to identify the different modules that can be created, the different stakeholders who will be part of this. Once you have structured it, once you have an idea about who will be the stakeholders, what and all different modules you would like to incorporate, and the different automations that you would like to add in this particular solution, you will be able to start developing the application. So once the development is completed, you will have to share your application to the stakeholders. So you will be deploying the application to the end users as well. Once the deployment is completed, you will be able to manage the overall application. So you can assign the different permissions, roles, and few other process to manage it. So what we have done here is that we made use of the same process to build the solution that we were mentioning, which is the restaurant management. What we did is that first we analyzed the major processes, and post which we structured the application. We identified three major modules that we'll be working on with for this automation in the application. And then we started with the application building, and we also shared the solution to the multiple stakeholders. We gave them the permissions and the roles that they will be playing in the application using the management part. So this is all about the application development life cycle. Now let us get started with the restaurant management, the core system that we'll be working on with. So why I'm mentioning the restaurant management as a core system is that it incorporates both multiple processes in it. You interact with your inventory related information, you have your order management happening, and you also have the event catering process happening as well. So now let me get into the different modules I mentioned, starting with the inventory related information, where you will be taking in charge of the stock control inside your restaurant. So where you will be having the inventory related information of multiple products, multiple appliance that is available inside the kitchen or in the restaurant as well. And next module is that we'll be covering the dine-in operations, where the reservation of the tables will happen, where the order related information will be captured from the customer, and you will be creating a KOT to the kitchen, where a kitchen order ticket will be generated whenever an order is being placed by the customer, and the chef will prepare that order based on the KOT which is being generated. So this is about the dine-in operation. And next comes the event catering, where the event booking will happen, and the menu selection will happen, and even the staff will be assigned for these different orders that has been created. So this is these are the different modules that we have captured inside the restaurant management. So let us take a look at these individual modules one by one, starting with the stock control. So when we enter into the stock control, it always starts from the inventory process. So you will have a separate manager or a separate individual who will take care of the inventory related information, where the inventory manager or the person who is in charge of this will handle multiple inventories that is available. So you can name the ingredients that is available in the kitchen, and also the utensils that is used inside the kitchen, and the appliance that is available in the kitchen as well. So these are the three major inventory that would usually be tracked inside the inventory. Now you can see the ingredients is a special category, whereas the utensil and the appliance have a unique feature. So wherein whenever a purchase is being done for the utensil or the appliance, it is a one-time purchase. So however, when we talk about the ingredient, it is a regular purchase that would usually happen for the kitchen requirement. So when we discuss about the utensils, it is a one-time purchase that would happen for the kitchen. So once the purchase has happened, so there are processes where you will have to maintain these appliances and these utensils. So for this, the maintenance has to be separately done. So you can see how the inventory for the utensil and the appliance is happening. So once the purchase is completed, a simple maintenance would be required. However, when we enter into the ingredients part, you will have the raw materials, you will have the regular stock update. So those information will be captured under the ingredients. A regular stock update should happen for the number of ingredients that is used in the kitchen for that particular day. And you can see, so it is as it is a daily use ingredient, there are possibilities that you might be at low stock as well. So there are there is requirement for you to restock the ingredients as well. So in that particular scenario, when there is a low stock requirement, and when there is a low stock and there's a requirement in the kitchen, what the inventory manager will do is that he will raise a request to the supplier, and the supplier will receive notification regarding the requirement for the stock, and he will supply it for the kitchen. So this is another process of the inventory and how it is managed inside the kitchen. So it is based on two major categories, which is for the utensil and the appliance, which is a one time purchase, and for the ingredients it is a daily update, daily purchase, or daily restock of the ingredients. Now, each of these different process will involve multiple stakeholders who are part of it. So when we talk about the inventory, it will be managed by the inventory manager, who will monitor the multiple ingredients that is available, the multiple utensils and the appliance which is available inside this particular kitchen. And next you can see we have the suppliers who are part of the restock process, where the supplier will help you with the restocking of the ingredients. And when we discuss about the maintenance, we have multiple service provider who will take care of the service for the appliance which is inside the kitchen. So these are the major stakeholders who will be taking part of the modules inside your application. Now getting into the next module, which is the dine-in operation. So when we talk about a dine-in operation, it will start from the menu where the customer would place their order, and new order will be generated inside your application. Once the new order is being generated, it will be moved into the kitchen, so where the KOT will be created. So whenever a new order has been created inside your kitchen, inside your restaurant, a KOT will be generated into the kitchen, where the chef will look into the particular order which has been placed. And what he'll do is that he will verify, he will just give an approval if that particular ingredient is available or not, will he be able to make that particular or not. And upon that approval, it will move into the next stage. So if it is rejected from the kitchen by the chef, the information will be notified to the manager, and he will just mention to the customer that please place a different order, we do not have a stock of that particular order right now. And if it is approved, the preparation work will be started by the line cook who is in charge over there in the kitchen. Once the preparation is completed, the server or the waiter will serve the food to the customers. Once the food has been served and the customer has had their food, and the last step is to get the payment related activities. So here as well, we will have a multiple stakeholders playing a major role. So starting with the new orders, we will have the managers to take care of the new orders which is coming inside the particular restaurant. And then you will have the chef who will take care of the KOT that is generated inside your application. Once the chef approves this particular order, the line cook will start preparing this order. And once the line cook mentions that the particular order is ready and it is ready to be served, the chef, the server, what he'll do is that he will pick the order from the kitchen and he will serve it to the customer. And once the serve is done, and once the customer has had their food and all the KOT, all the orders that has been requested from the customer side is completed, they will be able to make the payment as well. So this is how the dine-in operation is being captured inside the application. And moving on to the last module, which is the event catering. So when we discuss about the event catering, it will be handled by the event manager. So the event manager, what he'll be doing is that he will be creating, or he'll be booking the event for the customers. And while booking for the customers, what he'll do is that he will interact with them. He will get to know about the details. So what kind of menu they would like to uh, place for that particular catering event. So is it a packed menu, or is it a customized menu that they would like to um, place for that particular event? So he will receive those kind of information. And if it is a packed menu, they'll be able to choose from the existing pack inside the kitchen, or they can also customize on their own based on the requirement. And once the menu is finalized, the staff will be assigned for that particular event. So you will have to assign, the event manager has to assign the staff for the cooking, and he'll have to assign the staff for the food preparation, and a few more orders, a few more details related to the event as well. So once it is completed, once the team has been assigned, once the event is being conducted, once the event has been started, the team will start working for that particular event. So once the event is completed, what will happen? The payment related activities will be captured. So here as well, we have multiple stakeholders playing a major part. Starting from the event manager, he will be looking care of the event booking, and once the event booking is done, he'll just show them the menu options, and once it is completed, he will assign the staffs over there. For each and every individual for the catering, he will assign multiple staffs. And once the staff is assigned and the event is started, and the staffs have worked on to that particular event, and once it is completed, the event manager will collect the payment related information for the catering event. So this would be the event catering related information. So now, these are the different models I wanted to showcase you for this particular solution. Now let us take a look at the features that we have incorporated in this particular solution. So the features that we have added are the portal based configuration. So here what we have done is that we have provided few portals for the different stakeholders, like the suppliers. We have provided them, and we have provided the portals for the other service providers, and they will be able to access the application by signing up for the portal and accessing the different modules that we have assigned to them. And next we have the HTML snippet in the page component. So using the HTML snippet, we have designed the menu card for the customers, where we have placed the different menus based on the restaurant branding, and through which the customers will be able to choose the menu, and they'll be able to share it with the particular manager who is taking the order. And next we have the report workflows. So we have added multiple report workflows in the application, so that you will have the custom actions being happening between multiple modules that we have created. So the through and fro action between multiple forms, the multiple application will be seamlessly running through the report workflows. And at the end we can see the application theme. So to bring in the restaurant branding and to bring in more application UI component, we have made use of the application theme by giving few color fonts, few stylings into the font in the application. And yeah, so these are the few features that we wanted to showcase you from the particular solution. And apart from these as well, we have added few more report workflows. We have added few other report customizations as well. And yeah, in the live demonstration, I will showcase you on that same. Now, getting into the application that we have built. So this is the Zilker restaurant management application that we have built. So you can see we have the initial dashboard which is available, and we have the inventory related information where we have all the inventories, and we have the profiles of the different employees who are part of it, and even we have the details of the suppliers, customers, and we have the menu of the particular restaurant, the catering menu, and the normal dine-in menu. And then we have the reservation part where the customers will be able to reserve for the dine-in tables. And next we have the order related information. And once the order has been created, we have the KOT being generated inside the kitchen as well. And next we have the event related information. This is for the catering related event. And then we have the update daily usage. So for the ingredients, we'll have to have a regular update on a daily basis. So this would be helpful for it. And then we have few reference related to the table and the details related to the cancellation. And at the end you can see we have the menu card. So this is what I was mentioning, we have made use of the HTML snippet, and we have created this menu card. And now let me take you to the actual application. So what I've done is that for this particular demonstration, I have pushed this application into the environment. I have given different roles and permissions based on the stakeholders of the application. So this is the application that I have pushed into the environments. So yeah, so you can see this is the application. It is currently in the development environment, and into the environments, we have multiple configurations to add the demo uses. So to give you a brief idea on this, let me get into the environments. And inside the environments, we have the application, which is the Zilker restaurant. And inside the development settings, I have added few demo uses. So you can see based on the role they perform, I have given them the permission set. So we have the inventory manager, the chef, the manager, and we have the event manager. And at the end, we have given the portal user permission for the suppliers and the vendors. So now, based on these different permissions, I'll be walking you through this application. So first, what we'll do is that we'll get into the inventory manager. So whenever we start with the restaurant management, it'll start from the inventory manager who will take care of all the inventory related information. So here in the inventory, we have three different types of reports which is available, which is for the ingredients, and next we have the utensils, and then we have the appliance. So I'll be later in the later part, I'll be taking you through this three different reports. First, let the inventory manager add few items into the inventory. So let me just get into the Zoom. Yeah, I'll just add one ingredient inventory over here. I'm adding a spinach, and I'm attaching an image over here. Yeah, so I'm adding the spinach, and then once we have added it, you will have to choose the category. So under which category this particular inventory will come under. So is it a cleaning appliance, or is it a cooking utensil, or any other cutlery, or any dairy product, or even is it a rice, meat, or any kind of grain? And you can see we have the category which is under the vegetable. So we will choose it as vegetable, and then we'll have to choose it as quantity. So I'll give it as 10, and the unit of measurement. So how many is the unit of measurement? So we'll just keep it as 10 boxes, and the price as well. So we'll choose it as 300 per price. And next to that, you can see the type. So what kind of inventory that we are adding? So are we adding an ingredient, or are we adding an utensil, or are we adding an appliance? So we are currently adding an ingredient here, and then we have the list of suppliers who are part of the restaurant. So we can get to view the details of the suppliers. I'll choose one of the supplier, which is the ABC farm, and then the stock related information will be updated by the inventory manager. So when he is updating this particular stock, so I'll choose today's date, and when it will expire. So when this particular item might expire, so I can give it as tomorrow since it is a spinach. And next we have the reorder level. So this is where you will have to mention when the reorder has to happen for this particular ingredient. So whenever the inventory manager comes into the report, he will be able to view that this particular reorder has to happen for this item. And once we have chosen that, we'll have to choose the storage instruction for this ingredient. Let me just give it as fridge. And once we add it, it will be added into the inventory where we'll be able to view it under the ingredients. So based on the type which is available here, we have created three different reports out of the filtering option. So based on the type, we have created an ingredient report, we have created a utensil report, and an appliance report. So under the ingredients, we have all the ingredients which is available based on the dairy product, fruits, and the grains and meat. And we even at the end we have the recently added spinach which was added by us. And apart from this, you can also see we have given few report properties where we have given few color highlighting for the expiry date, and even for the reorder level we have given few color highlights here. And we have sorted the information based on the type of the product as well. And this is for the ingredients. And apart from this, we also have the utensils which is available. So in the kitchen, we will not only just simply have the particular ingredient, but also we have the utensils. It is categorized based on the cleaning utensil and the cooking. And we have the appliance, so it is based on the cleaning appliance and the cooking appliance inside the kitchen. And now, once the inventory is completed, it will move on to the next part where the chef will finalize the menu for that particular uh, restaurant. So, inside the menu, the chef will be able to view all the existing menu inside this particular restaurant. So you can see we have the appetizers, we have the breakfast, curry, dessert, and main course. So the chef, what he'll do is that he will finalize the uh, particular items inside the restaurant. So currently you can see we have the cheesy garlic bread. So it is in the available state. So what if the ingredient is not available in the kitchen? The chef, what he'll do is that he will just map it as not available, and this item will not be available. So we were also discussing about that we have a separate menu card. So when we enter into the menu card, you will have the details related to the multiple menu that is available in the restaurant. However, you can see under the appetizer we have the potato crisp. What we'll do is that we'll enter into the all menu details, And when the chef thinks that the item is available, we can get started and serving to the customer, he'll just map it as available. Once it is mapped to available, when we enter into the menu card, you can see under the appetizer we have the uh, cheesy garlic bread, which was mapped by the chef as available. So that would be one of the major feature here. So here as well, what we have done is that we made use of the report workflow, and we have made the custom action button, like whenever it is mapped as available, not available, the information of the status will also be changed. And apart from that, we have given the color codings for these different statuses as well. So this is about the existing menu. So what if the chef would like to add a new menu? So when he can click on to add new menu, and he will be able to choose the category. So I can choose it as appetizer, and I can give it as cucumber salad, and I'll choose an image, and it is a vegetarian dish, and the price per plate. So I'll just give it as 150, and the ingredients which is being used. So I'll choose cucumber, and yeah, that would be fine. And then I can add a description: served best in cold. So this is a simple message that we can give, and I can map it as available. Once we add it, it will be visible in your all menu details where this particular appetizer is available here. Now, once the menu is created, once it has been created, what will happen is that the menu card is generated, right? So what we have done is that we have made use of this HTML snippet and created this particular page. Now, whenever the customer enters into the restaurant, how will we be able to share this menu to the customer? So in this scenario, we have published this particular page with this particular HTML snippet, and we have created a QR code for this published page. So upon this QR code, the user, whenever he comes into the restaurant, he can scan that QR and he'll be able to view this menu. So let me take you to that QR. So we have the menu which is available here. So whenever the customer comes into the restaurant, he'll be able to scan this menu. So for this demonstration, I have mapped my phone here. So let me just connect my phone. Just a minute. So yeah, just open it wide. So now when the customer just enters here, he will choose his scanner, and he'll be able to open it. And yeah, so he'll just scan it. Once scanning is done, the yeah, he'll be able to view the menu that is being published from the restaurant side. He can look into the different categories, and he'll be able to choose from this particular existing menu that is being available. So now let me get back. So this is how the customers will be able to view the menu inside the restaurant. So once the menu is being chosen, the customer has to place the order. So here comes the part where the manager will take care of this part where he'll be placing the orders. So when we discuss about the manager, he will not only just simply place the order, he will also manage the different members who are part of this particular restaurant. He'll manage the multiple staffs. He will manage the different suppliers who are part of this particular restaurant. Those information will be managed by him. And once the customer comes into the restaurant, they will have to make a reservation for it. So those related information will also be managed by the manager here. So the customer will give their information. So currently we have few of the existing customers. So if they are a new customer, we can choose if they are preferring for the dine-in or a catering or a takeaway service. So now what I'll do is that I'll just give my name and my email ID, my demo email ID. And then once I add my information, once the customer gives the information to the manager, he will start the reservation details. So he'll just get the when the reservation is supposed to happen and the time of reservation. So this is the existing timing that is available in the restaurant. He'll choose from this, and the table. So the customer might be wanting to reserve a table for the indoor or an outdoor. Based on the tables, you can see the location and the capacity of this particular table. So this is a table of 3 that is outdoor, and we can also choose a table of 3 for the indoor act as well. So now this customer would like to place a uh, reservation for the table of 3, and the number of guests, so you just choose a 3, and any kind of description that they would like to. So they can mention no non-veg required. So they can just mention a special request regarding this. And once it is done, the all reservation will be captured over there. And once the reservation is completed, whenever the customer gets into the particular restaurant, the manager will start getting their order related details. So here you can see that order type is also being taken over here. Are they going to dine in, or it is a takeaway? So we'll choose as dine in, and we'll have to choose the table number. So for this, what we'll do is that the recently added information for the table number 3, we'll add that. And then you can see we have a subform which is added here, which would allow you to capture multiple order details in a single form. So I'll choose the first item. So first, let us add the cucumber salad. We'll order it for 3 members, and I can just give a comment here, extra mayo. And then I can add another item as well. So we can add a simple dragon fruit juice. Now that is as well for the 3 members. So you can see based on the unit price, we have the total being calculated automatically, and we have the total price at the beneath, and the person who is taking this particular order. So we can just give it as the server grace, and whenever we submit it, a KOT will be automatically generated to the kitchen. So this is the KOT module. So the kitchen will receive this KOT. So you have the 2 orders uh, which has to be served to the customer. So here in this scenario, there is the possibility where the KOT will be created inside the kitchen, and this order will be taken from the manager inside the particular restaurant. So here there are multiple devices which has been involved. So in this scenario, what we can do is that we'll be providing another device for the chef. So what I've done is that I've connected another device here. What will happen is that whenever the KOT is being created, so once the order is being placed inside the new order details, a KOT will be generated inside the kitchen. So this particular KOT will be visible for the chef who is accessing it. So you can just check the user permission based on the chef here. And now, based on the chef's module, the he will be viewing the KOT. He'll be accessing all the menu related details and even the order related information. So once the KOT has been received inside the kitchen, what he'll do is that he will accept the particular order. If this ingredient is available or not, he will accept it or reject it. So first, what we'll do is that we'll try to reject one of the order, and upon rejection, we can give the reason as well. So no fruit is available, and it is added. So once it is added, the information related to the cancellation will be added into our cancellation details. So you can see for the item for the item of the dragon fruit, we have mentioned as no fruit available. It has been added over here. And what we can do is that inside inside the KOT, we have the cucumber salad. We can accept this, and the once the KOT has been accepted by the chef, it will start moving into the next part where the information will be shared to the line cook. So what will the line cook will do? He'll start preparing the order, and post which he can mark it as item ready. So once he has prepared that order, he'll be able to mark it as ready. So you can see this is the order number 12, and we'll just map it as item ready. And once the item is ready, the information, it will move into the pending KOT. So inside the pending KOT, what will happen? The information will be shared to the server, and the server will come and pick the order inside the kitchen. So once the a particular item has been picked, the server will inform it to the chef, and he will map it as item has been picked from the kitchen. So this is how the pending KOT will be done from the kitchen to the server, where he will serve it to the customers. So you can see we involved a lot of report workflow. So based on multiple clicks inside a single report, we were able to move from new KOT to item in queue, and then we were able to map it as item ready and send it to the customers. So on the other hand, when we enter into this particular order related details, you can see the recent order which was placed is still under add new item and it is not under the move to billing. So we have it as move to billing as well. So if the customer wishes to add new item, they will be able to add new item as well. So the item will be added by the manager. So when the manager enters into the module and inside the pending orders, he'll be able to view the information related to this particular item. And what he'll do is that he will add new item as well. So here he can choose another product here like mac and cheese. He can give it as one, and the total will be calculated, and once he submitted, the KOT will be generated for this item as well. So what the chef will do, he'll just get into his module. We just get into his module, and inside the new KOT, the mac and cheese for the order number 12 is available. So he'll just accept the order if it is available. And the KOT status is item accepted, and we have the item ready. So this is the report workflow that I mentioned. Based on this custom action, it will move into the next action, which is the item has to be picked. So once the item is ready, once the server has picked it, the chef will mention it as item being picked. So as you can see, it has been moved. And when the manager now checks into the particular uh, profile, whenever he enters into the profile, he will get the details related to the order, where the pending orders will be available, where we have all the details related to the orders. And once the item is being served, you can see all the items is being served, and it is not showing any KOT pending. So if any item is still in the preparation, it will be showing as KOT still pending. So since we have all the items served and the customer would like to get a billing, we can click onto the move to billing button. Through this report workflow, it will be moved into the next part, which is for the payment related information. So where you can see we have the dine-in option on the top with the order number 12. And here you can see the pricing of this particular product, and the bill has to be generated. So once the bill has been generated, the payment has to be done. So when we click pay, the payment has been completed, and the user will be able to take a printout of this particular order related information. So once you click onto it, you can see the order related information will also be available over here. So this is pretty much about the dine-in operation. Now moving on to the next part, which is the catering related events. So for this, we will enter into the event manager, who will be taking care of the event related information for the dine-in. So he will also be able to take care of all the staff related information. He will be able to manage all the supplier related information. And next you can see we have the menu. So for the catering, we will have to set a separate menu. So currently you can see under the add menu package, the uh, event manager will be able to create new menu as well. So what I'll do is that I'll just add a part pack here, which is birthday party, and it is for recommended for parties, birthday event. And then we have the items. So inside the items, we can choose the package. So is it a breakfast, lunch, or dinner? So it is a dinner. And since it is a birthday party, we will have some mac and cheese, we'll have some orange juice, and some strawberry milkshake. And the package is completed right now. So the pricing based on the product is available over here. And then once we give add, this package will be added into our menu, catering menu package. So you can see we have around 8 packages which is available. So once the menu package is completed, the next is that the customer has to add new events. So they will come and approach to the event manager for new catering information. So here what the event manager will do is that he will start getting the information from the customer. So it can be a new customer or even an old. So first we'll choose the customer related information, and then the event type will be chosen. Is it a party or a corporate event or even a wedding? So he'll choose as party and the start date and time. So we can give it a start date on 28th of August, and then the end date. So it will be on the same date itself. a 2 hour event and the number of guests. So we can give it as 15 guests, and then we'll have to choose the venue, so where this event is happening. So we can just mention it as a simple address and the information related to the area, so that the event people will be arriving to that particular area. So next comes the part where the menu has to be selected. So you can see we can choose the existing pack, where the packs that is available from the catering menu will be used, and also they can choose from a customized package as well, where they can create their own package, like they can choose the item that they would like to add inside the event, and they'll be able to get the pricing for the same. So what we'll do is that we'll just stick with the package, existing package, and I'll choose the birthday party. So once we have chosen the package, you can see the grand total for this package is 520. And based on the grand total for 15 people, we have around 7,800. And the current status is yet to start. So once the event manager adds this event, it will be added into the calendar. So you can see the calendar which has been created for 28th of August. We have two events that has been created. So that is for the birthday party. When we enter into the details, you can see it is for the 28th of August, and the address related information and the package detail is also available. So you can see based on the different types of event, we have created a calendar report over here. And now inside the in progress, the event manager will be able to view the number of events which has been initiated. So you can see we have the menu. So and whenever the user clicks on, whenever the event manager clicks onto the menu, he will be able to view the menu related details for that particular event. So for the dining related event, we have the strawberry milkshake, we have the orange juice, and the mac and cheese. And next is the staff related button. So here is where the user, the event manager will be able to choose the event. He will be assigning the multiple staff for this particular event that has been created. So once the information has been configured, and once the event is about to start, the event manager, what he'll do is that he will just mention it as the current the event is started. By clicking onto in progress, the status has been changed in this particular report. And next you can see once the event is completed, what he'll do, he'll just get into the reports and he'll map it as completed. Once he gives completed, this particular event is will be moved from in progress to the payment category. Here you can see inside the completed event, you have the payment category. So this is for the event that was mapped for 28th of August. Once the payment is being received from the event manager, he will map it as event the payment received. So this is about how the payment will be received and how the overall process can be monitored inside your application. So these are the different individual events that is happening. So apart from this, we will have to monitor and maintain the ingredients related information. So the inventory manager, what he'll do is that at the end of the day, he will map all the ingredient related information. So he will get into the inventory, he will check for the inventory. So if there's any lesser amount or if there's any expiry related information, he will just push it to the restock information. So currently you can see we have a strawberry which is available. The expiry date is today. So what he'll do is that he'll just click onto this particular ingredient and he'll be able to uh, push it to that particular inventory. So let me just, yeah. So once he choose the particular item, he'll be able to add it to the restock. So where the information related to the restock will be added, and the supplier will be able to access that particular module, and he'll be able to identify that the product has to be restocked inside the organization. So let me just click add to restock. And once the inventory manager clicks on to add to restock, it will be updated in the restock report. So you can see the recent restock that was done by us is in the items which is available. So this is how you'll be able to add your ingredients at the, this is how the inventory manager will add the ingredients at the end to the restock information. So now to have the view of how this will be accessible by the suppliers inside your application. So we have the portal based permission for the same. So let me just open it for you. So we have opened this, and currently inside this application, the demo user that we have configured here is for the vendor. So now when it reloads, you will get to view the details that is available for the suppliers. So he will have the access for the suppliers, and he will be able to view the restock report where the ingredients that is added by the inventory manager will be available. So once you get into the restock report for today, he can see the product, the item, which is strawberry, and the farm in which it is being usually received from, and the items that needs to be procured. So this is how the uh, supplier will be able to view this. So this is a portal based user that I'm showing you for this particular demonstration. This is how you will be able to share the permission set for them. And now we have covered all the different stakeholders, right? So apart from this, we have the admin who will have the overall view to this particular application. It can be the admin, or it can be a senior member, or any the restaurant manager or the owner. He will be accessing this particular application, right? So he cannot just move around different modules and to view it. So for this scenario, we have built this particular dashboard where he can get to view the reorder items, the pending KOTs, the total revenue generated in the restaurant, and the revenue for the catering, especially, and the events, how it has been categorized based on the revenue, and the revenue of the restaurant based on the takeout and based on the dine. And also, we have attached few quick links. So if the user would like to get to know more about the new order information, or if he like to update daily usage information or add new event, so that can be directly done here. So they do not need to get inside different modules to search them. And we have also added the order status as well, so he will be able to track the information related to the order status. So this is all about the application that we wanted to showcase you through this particular demonstration. And let me get into the presentation. So apart from this, you can also think about few other extended use cases as well. So we looked at different application categories, right? So starting with the internal tool, how you can make use of an internal tool to manage the kitchen management. So the inventories, the menu preparation inside the kitchen, and how you can assign the different orders to multiple cooks, and also the recipe maintenance of individual order that is being prepared. So usually what happens inside the um, restaurant, you will have a unique recipe that will be followed. And then you can also assign the dine-in related operations as well, like assigning the seating arrangements inside the restaurant. And next, the portal based application. So you can share your application to the end users, you can display your menu card, and you can also get online orders from outside, and you can manage the delivery for these different orders which is being placed, and you can collect the feedback from the customer through the portal based apps as well. And at the end, we have Zoho and extended third party application, where I can make use of the integration part to connect with Zoho books to perform the accounting related information. I can connect with Zoho inventory to capture the inventory related modules. And then I can also extend it with other food delivery apps to perform my online delivery of the foods as well. So these are few of the extended use case. So now that we have come to the end of the session, let me give you a small gist of what we saw in this 1 hour webinar. So we saw about a few of the modules, starting from the inventory. We had the ingredients module. We had a look at the utensils and the appliance, how these different modules were captured, and along with the supplier related information. And then we saw about the dine-in operation, how the information is being received inside the kitchen, and how it is being transferred to the dine-in, and vice versa. And at the end, we saw about the event catering. So how the from the booking of event is happening to menu selection, and at the end how the payment is being captured as well. And talking about this particular modules, we covered the major features, right, like the report workflows. We looked into the HTML snippet which was used in the menu card, and we also made use of the same menu to publish, and we received as a separate URL, and we created a QR code out of the same as well. And then we made use of the portal permissions to share the application with the suppliers as well. So this is all about the 1 hour webinar that we showcased to you, and the application that we wanted to share with you regarding the restaurant management. And now, apart from this particular webinar, we are also organizing few other online trainings as well, online webinars. So the first one we have is the Creator Tech Connect. So this is also a month-on-month series where we take an advanced concept in Creator and we discuss in detail about how it can be implemented inside your solution. So for this month, we have taken the SAML authentication and Active Directory, and we have organized a session on the same. So it is also happening at the same time on August 8th. So you can scan this QR code, or even you can make use of the link that my co-trainer will be sharing you all. And if you are interested, do register. Or if you think that your colleagues or someone would be interested, you can do share with them. And next, we have the learning table series for the month of September. So for the next month, we have scheduled it for the healthcare industry, where we will identify a particular use case and then we'll create a solution of the same. So you can make use of this QR code, or even you can make use of the link that my co-trainer will be sharing in the chat section as well. And apart from these free webinars, we also have few of the online trainings that is happening. So for this particular month of August, we are providing a campaign of a 40% discount for the stage one training only. And you can see we have two stage one trainings that is happening for the APAC and the America region. So which is happening between August 5th to 7th for the APAC region, and between August 19th to 21st for the Americas region. If you're interested in joining these training and making use of the 40% discount for the training program, you can always register this QR code, or you can also make use of the link that my co-trainer will be sharing in the chat section as well. So thank you everyone for joining with us for this webinar series. So we also look forward for your participation in our upcoming webinars and other more trainings as well. Thank you everyone. So I'm closing the session for the day. Thank you everyone.